You're listening to
Wrestling to the Max.
Alert. Clear all channels.
This is an exclusive.
How you like that?
And your host, Gary Vaughn, Sean Garmer, and Paul Leeser.
Well,
All right, welcome everybody to the W2M Wrestling to the Max WWE Mock Draft tonight, guys. I am so excited. We are going to break this whole thing down. Of course, if you don't not know already, Tuesday night, Smackdown is going live on July 19th. Not only on that episode are we going to get a bunch of cool things going on, we're going to get a full draft of the entire WWE roster. The brand split is happening now. So we are excited about covering this whole thing. And to do that, we have to have a full cast of characters. Of course, I'm your host, Gary Vaughn. I've got our producer and one of the hosts on this show, Mr. Sean Garmer. And we also have Mr. Paul Leeser, who is also a part of this gang, another host of the show. And we also have a special guest with us, the guy that is usually a part of our football show, Football to the Max, Mr. Randy Isbelle. Welcome to the show, Randy.
I draft Adrian Peterson. No, that's not it. Not what we're doing.
That was a good pick, man.
All right.
you can't go wrong with that.
Oh, man. Yeah, here
Guaranteed
we go.
points there with AP.
Yes.
He'll be running
Now,
wild.
now we just lost all the non-American listeners.
Yeah, they're like, oh. Well, Sean, name a soccer player. Help us
They
out
talk
here.
about that damn American throw ball again, damn it.
Oh, so of course, if you're new to the show, guys, if you've never heard of us and this is the first time you're getting the opportunity to hear about us, we are available all over the place. You can find us wherever podcasts are found, Stitcher, iTunes. Heck, I mean, I've listened to it on Podcast Addict myself personally, so there's tons of places to find us. Of course, you can go to our Facebook page, Wrestling to the Max. Of course, that's an amazing group. If you love wrestling and you love wrestling news, that's the place to go. Because trust me, people post on that all day long, and it is crazy. And that's pretty much 24/7, to be honest with you. So that's a great place to find us as well. So I'm excited about doing this, guys. And Paul, thank God you're back from your vacation, man. Still getting sand out of your sandals. That's amazing.
Sand in between my toes. Wow. Even sunburnt on my shoulders, tan everywhere else. Yeah, it was a great week, though. I'm pumped to be back, but it was an awesome week.
I'm glad to have you back, Sean. I mean, my God, it was scary last week without Paul.
Well, we got help on the Tuesday show with Chris being there. The Thursday show was a bit weird.
Yeah, very.
To go back to just us being there.
We had Tom Reese to come on and help us for a little bit, but that was good too.
You just call it W2M old school, am I right? I mean, that's what you do when you have an old school episode.
Yeah.
We should have played the old theme. That was
we should. I don't even know if I have that anymore.
I do somewhere. Trust me. All right, guys. Well, enough jib-jab. We are going to break down this mock draft, and we are going to get this thing going. Now, before we do that, we've got to talk about rules. Now, WWE officially announced their rules on Sunday night.
How lucky
and this
did we get, by the way?
Oh, geez, did we?
We had this plan for about a week, and then I go, watch them announce everything on Monday, and our draft is BS. And then, well, lo and behold, hours before we do this, here we go.
Yeah, thank God. I was so happy to see this. I was like, man, this is a perfect timing. I think they knew we were doing a show tonight. But the first rule that we do need to talk about is that Raw gets the first pick in this draft. Now, that is interesting. I think it makes a lot of sense because of the other rule. Because SmackDown is only 2 hours and Raw is 3 hours, for every 2 draft picks that SmackDown gets, Raw gets 3. Which, this all kind of, figures to be true, and it makes sense. And besides that, we also have another rule we kind of talked about on the podcast. We were very interested in seeing what they did with this. Tag teams will be together as draft picks unless a GM or, of course, the owner of the brand decide they just want one of the tag team members, which they are allowed to split up tag teams from there. So that is pretty much the rules they have set in place for us. Nothing else that is ridiculous or out of the ordinary. The only other thing we have really is the fact that NXT will have 6 of their stars leaving the roster and joining the draft. Now, we do not know who those are. They did not give us a list. We do have a list of all the males, females, and of course, all the tag teams on the main roster, but excluding the NXT roster. So, guys, just before we get into this thing, the NXT roster is up in the air. This is going to be up to us to decide. Are you guys kind of excited that we kind of get the choice of who we want out of these NXT choices?
I think it's fairly obvious. If you've seen the what almost looks like a version of the curtain call, Bullet Club style, I think pretty much all those people are guarantees.
Yeah. I'm just excited about that. It's going to be very interesting to see whoever everybody decides is worthy to come up to the main roster. In our personal opinions, So
I don't know. You think they could have somebody staying around like Triple H?
Ooh.
I guess with the way Nakamura is being booked right now, that could be a distinct possibility.
Yeah. I just feel like they got so much going on. It's possible they have him stay down there, and it's also possible they have him come up because, good Lord, imagine now. Smackdown's in Worcester, Massachusetts. I don't consider that a smarky town, but just thinking about you're going to tell everybody that you've got 6, basically 7, because if you're going to count American Alpha as 1, that Nakamura is not one of the 7 best people from NXT. That's going to be hard to swallow for a lot of people. And not to mention, we should talk about this too, is that this basically allows you to have days where they almost get to see who's the most popular NXT person, because anytime an NXT wrestler is going to be putting something out, like Nakamura, when he put out something that is everybody ready for the King of Strong Style, and I'm pretty sure he's going to have more retweets and favorites and everything else than most of the guys and most of the girls, and it's going to look really dumb,
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I'm excited about kind of figuring this whole thing out, just amongst us. And, Randy, the one thing that we noticed on this whole thing, and it's going to be kind of left out, is the fact that, anybody who's injured or anybody that has not been on WWE TV for a while is not a part of this list. I'm not sure if you noticed that yourself, but that kind of helps, I guess, in a way, because it makes it easier on us. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, in a way, they kind of just set the draft apart of, okay, this is what we're doing. I know everyone's getting super excited about all these possible returns and stuff. I think maybe they came out with this whole list just to kind of squash those rumors. Listen, Goldberg's not coming back on Tuesday, guys. Calm down. See, he's not on our list. He's not getting drafted.
they got to have somebody that's not on the list that's going to get drafted. I can't imagine they're going to follow that to a T. They're either going to break their NXT rule or they're going to do something.
I think you almost wait a week until you have your brand-specific shows going, and you have some big returns prop up on there.
Yeah, that's possible.
Because you already know everybody's going to be watching because of the draft this week.
Well,
Right.
I think it's actually going to be more of how it kind of went the first time, where you have the draft, and then all of a sudden you have the free agents. Who is the big one years ago? Was it Scott Steiner that?
Well, and then Stone Cold was a free agent too.
Yeah, Stone Cold was another one too, where then the two GMs would battle it out, and I can see Shane and Steph really having huge arguments about which superstar is going to go to which show after a while. So I think this way it helps it stretch out a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And that's the thing with the injured ones too, is they can do that with every single person that's injured. They can do that story.
Right.
Very true. And just let anybody know that does not know, and if you've not been paying attention to WWE.com or WWE TV, there is a live draft special that they'll be doing on the network at the same time as SmackDown. So it's kind of like a draft center. If you watch probably Sports Center, if you watch the NFL draft and watch the way they do it, I'm sure that's what's going to be kind of similar to what's happening on the network at the same time as you're getting SmackDown on TV. And there'll probably be picks made during commercials, I'm sure, and things like that. So, that's just a kind of a heads up for anybody who does not know about that. But guys, I guess I guess we should get this thing started. We should go ahead and figure this out. So let's get this clock going. On the first pick, we got Monday Night Raw, and for me and Paul, that is our brand, and of course Sean and of course Randy, they got SmackDown. So Paul, looks like we're on the clock first, man.
Man. And this is what's difficult is we don't know exactly what they're going to do with these shows. Is it going to be sort of the same go around as last time where you have Raw as your more heavier names and you put the some heavy names with a lot of wrestlers on SmackDown, or with Shane being how he's been on Raw? Is that how they're going to work SmackDown? You have a lot of younger talent and then some wrestlers and some other guys on there sort of padded out. So, Gary, I look at everything on this list, and with it being Stephanie, I'm assuming being the de facto person who's going to get Raw, I think they go Seth Rollins at first pick,
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense because that is kind of their guy, right? I mean, Roman Reigns right now, the suspension is not really popular, and I think they're going to work their way to, maybe some other picks. But yeah, I think Seth Rollins is a great pick, and I think I agree with you on that. So we got our first pick, Seth Rollins to Monday Night Raw, guys. All right, guys. Sean, Randy, SmackDown.
I'm really disappointed you guys didn't go with the obvious Mojo Rawley going to Raw.
You can't win them all.
No.
I mean, you guys have 34 other picks. You can fix your mistake here, but Sean, what are you thinking for us?
Well, you kind of outlaid our battle plan earlier, so it kind of seems that we should go right to the top, right? Look at who is the WWE champion right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm right there with you.
So Dean Ambrose will be our first pick.
We're not going to let Raw have the Shield back. That's our goal. We're going to break things up.
Oh, okay. Oh man, so I mean, Paul, so they got of course the champ, and there's several guys on our list I think are very much worth our time. I can look at a few that I'm really thrilled about. Of course, guys like Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, guys that really could help your brand. Is there anybody else that you're looking at that you think, man, I can't go without him?
They said it themselves, these two gentlemen, that they're the only two guys you can call the champ when they don't have the belt, and that's John Cena and that's AJ Styles. And I think AJ is blue brand bound, so I think that means we take John Cena, Gary. We get all the kids on Raw. That's what we get.
Oh, fair. I mean, that's fair enough. I'm surprised you didn't, let John Cena fly over to the blue, because, of course, Roman Reigns is around. But
he did send out that tweet earlier today too about being showing up on SmackDown and being on that brand for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
But what do you think? Yeah, I mean, is John Cena where you want to go with, Gary?
Are we going by our picks, or are we going to go by what we think they're going to do?
I'm working more by what they're going to do. And because I could also see them taking Roman Reigns here to sort of rub salt into that feud too.
Mm-hmm.
And not to mention, Golden Boy. But if we want to go with who we're picking, then Kevin Owens is a great choice too.
You know what? I think Kevin Owens. Let's steal him away. Let's keep him on Raw.
You know what? The best talker on WWE television. I'm not going to say no.
All right, let's do it.
Kevin Owens at 3.
All right, there we go.
All right, Randy. I mean,
well, I can already see. I can see this draft is going to get chippy.
Yeah, well, I mean, they all kind of get chippy at some point.
Yeah,
I think it's a little bit too high to take, and either one. And I think we have to be fair. I know you said you wanted all the champions, but we do have to only take one lower single champion. That's just to be fair, and that's the way they would do it. So I think I don't know, man. I think we're kind of in one of these spots where we have two choices. I like the fact that they brought up on Raw that do you pick a guy that maybe isn't going to be around all the time, like a John Cena, or do you pick a guy that's going to be, well, they're the same age, but you think he's around more? I would kind of go with AJ because Shane McMahon is looking at the new era, right? He's looking at, even though, again, as I mentioned, AJ is the same age as John Cena, but he's looking at the guys that are new, that we haven't seen all these years, past decade of domination. What do you think?
Yeah,
Randy?
I was definitely hoping that they were going to take one of those two just to make our job a lot easier. There's two ways to look at this. Obviously, I'm more of an AJ Styles guy. I mean, that was the only reason I watched TNA back in the day, was because of him for the most part. But listen, I really kind of like what John Cena's been doing the last couple of years. He's really taken the mantle of, I've had my spot, now I'm going to put over other guys. He's had some awesome series with lesser knowns. His stuff with Kevin Owens when he first came in was huge. The whole U.S. Open challenge was great. His stuff with AJ Styles has been great. So I almost, as much as I would love to have AJ Styles, and if you would rather take him, I'm all for it. But having a solid star like John Cena there on SmackDown to put over some of these younger talent that I think we're going to fill this roster with might actually be the smarter way to go.
You make a compelling argument. All right. I don't think we need to continue to have discussion for 20 minutes. Let's just go with John Cena here.
All right. Well, Paul, they got a couple of guys that are very valuable. Looking at what we got here, we still got guys that, bring star power that may be limited. John Cena is going to be a big deal. He'll be around more than a couple of guys, but, Randy Orton's still around. Brock Lesnar is not part of this list. I didn't see him, is he? I can't remember.
He's on the list, sir.
He is. Okay, so these are two guys I'm looking at maybe being... Brock Lesnar's, of course, part-time, but he's still, he brings ratings. And that's another big deal. They kept talking about ratings.
Is he suspended, though, Gary?
That was before he was with... He didn't work with WB at the time. He had not been on the show. He did not have a show based on since WrestleMania, right?
Yeah.
That's the argument I've been hearing.
I don't think that's going to fly very well.
I don't. It's asthma medication. Come on, guys. Of course, we all know about that.
Yeah.
Adderall was not allowed either, right? So
no, it's not.
Okay, so I'm just naming a couple of guys that are ratings draws. You just never know, Paul. Where are you leaning? We already have a couple top heels on our roster. We need some baby faces here to make people happy.
You speak the truth, Gary. We need some faces, and honestly, if we're looking at this from the perspective of what they're actually going to do, I could totally see Stephanie jumping on the boat early and getting a Charlotte here early on in the draft, whenever that comes around on Tuesday. So I wouldn't be opposed to getting the women's champion on our show, Gary. But I think a Roman Reigns at this point is a must, and especially things we get to double up, we can really swing for the fences and maybe go for maybe somebody you wouldn't expect. And maybe somebody big like a Brock Lesnar this early on isn't a bad way to go.
All right. So you're saying Roman and Brock? Or are you going Charlotte and Brock?
Let's, oh boy. How about Roman Reigns for sure? We got to do Roman Reigns.
He's nailed to this Raw roster.
He's Team Red.
Yes.
Team Valor all the way.
Okay. So you're saying Lesnar and Reigns, right? That's where we're going?
Let's go Lesnar Reigns. Let's do it.
Deal.
Let's remake WrestleMania.
Done. All right.
Well, Randy, I think we kind of know what our pick is right now.
Yep, absolutely. I'm typing it in right now.
AJ Styles.
We had that argument for nothing.
Too easy. So we threw him a softball, Paul. So now we've got to come up with somebody else. I like your pick of Charlotte. I think it makes a lot of sense.
That's where I was thinking right here, too, at number 8 is Charlotte. Let's, lady team, swing away and go.
All right.
So you pick Charlotte?
Yep.
Charlotte at 8.
I know what you're going to say, Randy, and it probably seems like we should go with what we presume is going to be her opponent, but I'm going to throw this out there.
Okay.
We already have John Cena. Why not take the female John Cena and make the first NXT pick and pick Bayley, because I think she's going to be even bigger star than Sasha, even a bigger star than Charlotte. I think when we're talking about women for WWE for a long while, we're going to be talking about Bayley.
Wow. Yeah, I could see it. I mean, I do think.
Flabbergasted him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was not expecting that yet. But yeah, I think Bayley fits perfect for the SmackDown roster, and I think her getting picked is going to be one of those shocking right after another woman gets picked kind of a deal. I was probably going to go with Sasha, which I'm sure that's where you thought I was going to go, just for that bang bang. Steph makes a pick and then Shane tries to top her. But yeah, I like the Bayley surprise early on. I'll take that.
All right, so our pick is Bayley.
Ooh, okay. So, man, Paul, I'm looking at this and
What are they doing SmackDown on Tuesday, out of curiosity? Because when that pick happens, if there's not some we want some Bayley chance, I'm going to be very upset.
Yes.
is it not
Well,
Green
and if
Bay?
they don't pick her, there's going to be every kind of Bayley chant you can imagine going on
Yeah.
throughout the rest of the show.
Did we not discuss it? I thought it was Green Bay. Am I wrong? I don't know.
No,
I thought it
it's
was
in Worcester, Massachusetts.
Oh,
I was
Massachusetts,
wrong about
okay.
that.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
It was so small, I forgot. You'll have to forgive
Yeah.
me, John. I know you said it earlier.
Yeah.
Well, whoever lives in, that area is now visited us. So.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I kept thinking that Ken Anderson was going to make a surprise.
Oh, my God.
We live in Texas. States are supposed to be giant. Massachusetts, get on the ball. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Do like we did, swallow up another country. So, anyway, we got to come up with somebody here, and there's lots of great names still on this list. I mean, I'm thrilled about a few of them. I love Cesaro to death. I think he's a guy that gets people going. Of course, we don't at this time have any title holders except Charlotte. We could steal another title holder, but I don't know. I'm not really sure if I want Rusev for The Miz. I don't know that I'm ready to draft him. Are you?
You know what, Gary? When we're talking about gold, there's only one more thing I really want on this Raw show, and they rock. They rock real hard, and they bring bones to the ring, and they're just so much fun. And I think we go New Day here, Gary.
Oh, you nailed it. We're going New Day.
All right, Randy. They took the...
Now, they get another one too.
Oh, yes, they do.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Because they're raw and they're special.
Yeah, we get to snake draft this, and we get all the big picks.
And with a snake like this, you can pick pretty randomly here, and maybe somebody like a Cesaro goes here.
Yeah, I'm
I thought that Paul was going to go right for the nice pun of having the snake and the viper, but he missed.
No, too injury prone for me.
I like somebody with better shoulders.
Yeah, someone who can take the trash out. And be
Nice.
okay. So,
Cesaro at 11. I agree. Completely.
all right.
All right, Randy. Interesting. They have taken New Day and Cesaro.
I don't like it at all.
Yeah, I don't like it at all either, but I mean, we got
Once again, we've done a mini mock drafts on our football podcast, and Gary screws everything up pretty quick. I really think he's messed things up by taking Kevin Owens. Because I guarantee on Tuesday, whenever Kevin Owens gets taken, Sami Zayn's getting picked next. I mean, that's just going to be the way it is. I think they're going to split them up for a little while. But I can't say we take Sami Zayn here, because just looking at our roster, I mean, we only have 4 picks so far, but we don't have a single bad guy yet.
No, we don't. Well, a guy that could certainly be a tremendous bad guy, I think, and can work with anyone, even though, he's only the U.S. champion right now. I think Rusev is going to be tremendous, and he goes in with the theme for the new era.
I'm right there with you. I think the U.S. Championship fits perfectly with SmackDown, and Rusev is one of my more enjoyable heels lately, so I'm right there with that pick.
All right, we pick Rusev, so that means at some point here in this round, you guys got to pick The Miz by default.
But yeah, you're right. We almost do, huh? Of course, like I said, we do have the women's champion, and now we have the tag team champions, and so, I mean, you're right. With a 3-hour show, you almost need that extra champion. But I don't know, Paul. Are you ready to pick that now, or you want to wait? Because I can honestly hold off.
We could hold off maybe, but Raw's about glitz and glamour and Hollywood and big productions, and nobody says that like a D-level Hollywood actor like The Miz.
The Marine 5 is coming out, and we could use the publicity. I think you're right. I think, we'll go with The Miz this time.
Think of the Miz TV segments we could have with all these guys on our roster right now, Gary.
Oh, my goodness. We could have, Dolph Lundgren on. Yes. So, yes, we will take The Miz. And the Miz section as well.
Yes, of course, the Miz section.
Yes, on the Miz. Well, Randy, we already have AJ Styles. I think we sort of have to bring his club members along since we don't have a tag team yet. And that also fills our void of not having heels. What do you think?
Yeah, I just thought about it. I guess AJ Styles has been playing heel lately, huh? It shows you how far off I'm. But... Yeah, I'm curious to see if they split them up in the draft, but we do need a tag team, and I think Gallows and Anderson fits that pretty well. So I'm with you. I'll take them.
All right. Now, we've got to figure this out a little bit because, we've got to have some tag teams to battle for those tag team titles as well. Do we want to go in that direction, or do you see maybe somebody on the, female demographic that we could take, like Becky Lynch, a Paige, someone that you think could really help, face off against Charlotte? Or what are you thinking, Paul?
We get to double up this go around, so I say we take both the tag team.
Do you?
Yeah, 15 and 16.
Yeah, it's the double up? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm confusing myself with this.
So,
I say
maybe a Becky Lynch, maybe a Sasha Banks.
I think it's tough because either of those are great picks. Either one, I think you need to add at least one of them on this roster. It's so hard because I think that Sasha is going to be champion sooner than later.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then again,
I like Sasha better personally.
Okay,
as a wrestler.
Okay, deal, Sasha, and then we got to go with another. Yeah, let's take it. You want to do a bit? Do you want to surprise people with maybe an NXT guy?
Let's do it. Let's take American Alpha right here, buddy.
Amen. I'm with that.
All right, Randy. I was sort of leaning towards American Alpha a little bit. They went that way.
I like both those picks. They did good.
Yeah, I like both those picks too, but I didn't think we were gonna get, either one there. So
now my question to you is do we go ahead and take? Because they're taking so many guys I wanted.
Well, do we want to complete the faction? That's a possibility there.
Which faction? You're blanking me.
Do we want to complete the Bullet Club faction?
Oh
dear.
I mean, we almost kind of have to now. I figure it's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I like it. I like it.
All right.
Goodness.
Man. So that was one I was really looking forward to taking.
That's such a great pick.
I know. I'm so jealous now.
That's why he's on my team.
Yeah. So we always end up screwing each other over on these. That's, okay, so we've added to our tag team depth a little bit, or, the women's depth on this. Man, we got some great guys, some great talents already. And to add to it, to bolster it. Ooh. Let's see.
Oh boy, you look at this list that we have left here, Gary, and there's a guy on here that you're a large fan of, but they don't book him as well as they should. And maybe with the division of the roster and them not having the entire Wyatt family running around with him, he might be a good guy to take right now.
I want to spider walk right over to Bray Wyatt and take him, Paul.
I want to see you spider walk in real life, Gary.
Yeah. As well as pass away. If I can do that, I'm a dead zombie. Watch out. Yes. No, yeah, Bray Wyatt, perfect pick, Paul. I'm game. Let's do it.
Bray Wyatt it is.
The Eater of Worlds.
I was, well, Gary got us right back. I was looking at Mr. Wyatt pretty deeply there on this list. You know, there are still a few others here that jump out in the singles ranks. I don't know whether you want to go female or you want to go tag team here, but I think they fit right with our demographic again. I think we need to get them before they're gone. Enzo and Cass for me.
Oh yeah, Enzo and Cass against Gallows and Anderson. That's a good top of the tag team market. I agree. There's a few guys that I'm interested in as far as singles, but I mean, we start letting some of these top tag teams go, and we lose somebody like a Sasha Banks too, and we start looking at a depleted tag team roster. So yeah, I'm with it. Enzo and Cass.
I love that pick. A little jealous of that one too.
I was so debating about taking them last round too, Gary.
Man,
we will trade you Enzo and Cass for American Alpha right now.
I think we're good. I think we're fine. I think
Okay.
we'll sit on our haunches. If you want Dana Brooke, eventually you can take her.
God.
You guys are the one with the last pick, not us. All right.
Fair point, Randy. Oh man, so I mean, still some great picks for us. Now, the other question
double up again here, Gary.
Yeah, that's exactly my thought. And let me ask you this. I think we could pick a heavy hitter as well as maybe even somebody that can give us some diversity. You know, we've got guys like Neville who are great, but if you want to talk about diversity, you still got Kalisto hanging around out there. Oof. Dolph Ziggler, I think he's praying to God he goes to SmackDown. But he's another guy that you got to say he's just nothing but talent. What are you thinking on here?
You know, Dolph Ziggler looks pretty good. There's another guy on here. We got a lot of guys on here. Some of them haven't been around for a super long time, but there is a guy on this list who has been, and that's Chris Jericho.
Oh, I love Y2J.
I do too.
Even though he may be a part-timer, he's a guy that's going to get the eyes and keep the people paying attention whatever he's going to do, no matter what. I think you're right about Jericho. How would you feel about taking Alberto Del Rio?
I think Del Rio's a solid pick too. I also like Sheamus here. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't be opposed to taking Paige.
How about we split this? Yeah, I think you're right. Let's just go ahead and take Paige. We'll take Paige and your first pick, Chris Jericho. How about that? Yeah, let's just do that.
All right.
Randy, man, we got...
I had Chris Jericho in my head for so long. Again, that John Cena type that is going to just put over the talent. Because Jericho's so good at that.
We bugged your war room, Randy.
He did.
Man, this is so hard because there's so many left on here that are certainly ones that are going to be straight fire for us. Just, I'm like worried about letting too many of them go if we don't. There's one that I particularly don't want to see face John Cena again, but you can't debate that he's not a great addition to your roster at any moment. We do have the Nevilles.
There's the guy that I like a lot that I'm surprised hasn't been taken. But again, I think it would be based on whenever his certain opponent on Sunday goes. I'm sure he goes right after, but
yeah. As So you're thinking Sami Zayn here is what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right. I'll go with that. I'll
Okay.
say Sami Zayn then.
Good choice. Looking at our list right now, we've got some young guys. And I don't know if we're looking at some veterans. Once again, Alberto Del Rio sticks out in my mind. Not only a veteran, but diversity. It's a good deal.
Are we looking for the? Because he's
No, I mean,
Mexicans.
I'm looking at it because of ratings. I mean, seriously, you got to have different demographics to keep all eyes.
No,
on the
I'm messing with you. But yeah.
I know you are. Just saying. I'm really scared. I'm afraid of one of these big time diverse guys, and we're going to lose them all.
I mean, I'm okay with Del Rio here. I'm also Sheamus, another guy who's been around for a long time, former WWE champion, a guy I'm obviously a big fan of. But I like Del Rio here too.
I think we got to go Del Rio now.
I think you're right.
Sean.
Randy, man, this is hard. See, this is so unfair when Raw gets 2 picks after us, and we have to try to basically prevent defense here.
Yeah, no joke. Well, I mean, let's play prevent defense because basically what they've been doing is using it. I mean, they're using their 2 picks smartly and going on a wild card as well as a heavy hitter. So who's that guy, that person that we think we really want on this roster that they might throw in just because it's a double dip?
It could be anybody, but they've been taking a lot of veterans, and I feel like we can't just, to make it even, we can't let another one go by, but, we only got Bayley out there. She can't just wrestle by herself. We got at least 2 tag teams, so I think we're okay for at least another round there.
Yeah, I'm between Sheamus and Becky Lynch myself.
I think go ahead and take Becky.
Okay.
I think you guys were very wise to take Becky Lynch because you needed the help, but we need Sheamus, I think, right, Paul?
Yeah, I will never say no to Sheamus. And then our second pick for this round here too, Gary. Do we dip into the NXT pool again here, or do we take another tag team maybe?
I think I'm looking at the tag teams, which doesn't hurt to get into the tag teams. The Dudleys are a great veteran team. They're a great team to feud against. The American Alpha would be a lot of fun to watch face them. The rest of the tag teams, I'm not so sold on primarily. Golden Truth is probably going to end up on our roster.
See, but the Golden Truth's a fun addition, but I think if we take a tag team this round, it's got to be Dem Usos.
Good point. Good guys to have face off against anybody. I think they can either be heel or face. I'm game. Let's do the Usos.
Okay, Randy. What are you thinking here? My thought was I think he's going to be around for another... We have one more pick. Man, I feel like we need to make a big statement right now. I don't know if he's really going to go.
Yeah, I think I know where you're going.
I think a certain Japanese guy needs to go right now.
Tajiri. I knew you were going to say that.
No, not Tajiri.
Solid pick.
Shinsuke Nakamura needs to go right this minute.
Yeah, the moment they started hinting at NXT, I'm like, if they don't, our next pick has to be.
Yeah, so that's who we're picking.
Oh, you guys are awesome.
We might be doing the New Japan route. Our singles roster is going to be out of this world, but everything else is going to suck.
I was about to say, I'm sitting here drafting for Raw, and I already want to watch SmackDown looking at this thing.
I know. We've had lots.
I'm letting you guys know right now. I mean, our SmackDown main event on for SummerSlam is Nakamura and John Cena. So top that.
Oh, jeez.
How do you not do Sami Zayn and Nakamura, man? That's just, I need to see that again.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to make that happen twice in a year. Like, you got to make it special, you know?
That'll be later on for a title somewhere.
Oof, man, Paul, they got us here. That was a great pick. It's all the New Japan, ex-New Japan guys are now on SmackDown. I'm surprised you didn't pick more of them.
You got to give him something, right, Gary? You got to give him.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, okay. So, I mean, looking at this, I mean, I think we've got a wild array of people so far.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I mean, we have some veterans on this roster for sure. Do you think, is there anybody younger that you're thinking, man, I would love to have this guy because he's young, he's going to be an upcoming superstar? I mean, Neville's definitely a big name that I'm looking at. I'm looking at a guy right now who not only at this point in the draft, but maybe at in our draft, but in the real draft that's going to take place on Tuesday, maybe Stephanie decides to go vindictive and draft this guy that Shane brought up personally, and that's Apollo Crews. I like it. I like it a lot for many reasons. I think he's going to be a future star, and not only that, I think that it's going to do him a lot of good to be around a lot of veterans, and we've got a lot of them. So yeah, Apollo Crews.
All right, they took one of our new era people, but I think we have to take this guy right now because we need veterans, and one of these guys sticks out like a sore thumb because he hasn't been taken yet. Maybe he's not. Maybe his shoulders aren't as reliable, but he's still a guy that sells tickets and a name on the marquee. I think you kind of have to go with Randy Orton.
Yeah, I was kind of avoiding him just because we do have John Cena, and we don't need to see that ever.
Well, they don't have
again
to
in our lives.
beat each other.
Exactly, but I mean, now that Alberto Del Rio and Chris Jericho and Sheamus are off the board, I'm with you. We need a few extra veterans in there, so you kind of have to get Randy Orton.
Oh man, I've got a couple thought processes here, and I'll go ahead and just kind of throw them out there. I'm thinking about some big guys. We don't have these giants right now, and I think on this Raw roster, there's going to be at least 2 or 3 of them, and I think we've got to add one, maybe possibly right now. If we don't, they may slip away from us. Baron Corbin's a young guy, but he's pretty big. Big Show, limited. Maybe in the future, I like a Brock Lesnar type thing. And, of course, Braun Strowman. I mean, the Wyatt family, if they are going to stick together, we've got to add another one to them, I think. Maybe Braun.
I'm okay with Strowman here. That's fine. I definitely agree with your point about the sort of spectacle of giants totally being on Raw. So for sure there. We talk about Mr. Reliables and stuff. And if you want to stick to the giant thing, there's a Kane on here, and maybe just filling in the Mr. Reliable part, Dolphy Z.
Yeah, Ziggler's been high on my list here. It's tough. I'm looking at this and thinking, yeah, we better pick Ziggler. If we don't, we're going to lose him. Let's take Ziggler.
Ziggler it is.
I'm so glad you guys did. I mean, Sean would probably talk me into it, but never.
Okay, so y'all are not doing. Oh, did I mess up again? So this next round is your double dip again, right?
No, they just did. They took Braun Strowman and Ziggler.
Okay, so.
Right.
But no, I just have to say, and people can hate me all they want. I used to love Ziggler, and then it was like. Watching the Shawn Michaels podcast with Austin, where he was talking about some of the new guys and stuff and how they could become different, and he specifically said Ziggler's great, but he doesn't want to be himself. He tries to emulate Shawn Michaels, but way too much. And ever since then, all I ever see of Dolph Ziggler is old '90s Shawn Michaels outfits, but with skulls instead of hearts. I'm like. I'm so done with Ziggler. I'm done.
Fair enough.
Okay. There's one guy left that I think fits the mold of what we've been trying to do with this show, but we're also severely lacking in veterans, and there's one on each side of the spectrum that's not singles. I mean, what are you thinking here? Because I mean, the Dudley Boys look good right about now when you need that veteran tag team to kind of help things along. I mean, they have history already with Enzo and Cass, and them against Gallus and Anderson would be interesting.
Well, I think they're interesting, and I know they work pretty well. We can go there. I also kind of worry that there really is only one female name left that I want, and
Yeah,
I don't want them to slip away. So I'm cool with either. I mean, if you want to go Dudley Boys for the veteran, or go with the veteran women leadership.
yeah, and I think especially because she just turned. We have two faces right now. I know Becky Lynch can sort of go either way, but they're both the two kind of like mega faces that you're gonna have.
Mm-hmm.
I think we kind of got to go with Natty here.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Okay, Paul. Well, any ideas here? Anything you're looking at that you're like, man, I need with this type of wrestler tag team? Anybody?
Man,
I've got visions of Neville in my mind, in my dreams. I've
is
got
he flipping over things? Because that's how I always look at him.
over sugar plums and all the things that kids dream about.
And meat pies,
And meat pies, yeah.
I mean, those two remaining NXT picks look pretty tantalizing.
Okay. Who are you? Maybe you should give me an idea.
They're finally going to take Mojo Rawley. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised, honestly, if we see the Hype Bros come up to one of these shows.
Mm-hmm.
In all seriousness, I don't have anybody big at this point though that I could think of. Like they've taken the obvious ones, of course, in Finn and Nakamura. Even though I could see Nakamura maybe pulling double duty or something like that, but maybe there's somebody else down there who could pull double duty, and he's a guy who the precedent has been set that the NXT champion can come up. What if Joe is on the red brand, Gary?
I just don't think they're gonna draft the champions.
I like
don't
the
see
idea.
them drafting the champions at all. That's why I didn't go anywhere near them either.
Oh man, what's your personal opinion, Paul? Do you think that they really would even take that?
I'm curious if they would at this point, because it's not like the roster's so depleted like it was early in the year with injuries or anything like that, but they are still hurting for a lot of star power, and Joe does bring that, even in the limited capacity, you could say, of not fitting in with the mainstream casual audience or anything like that.
I'm going to say this. I think that your idea about being part-time could be true. Joe is not getting younger, and he is not going to be in NXT forever. If he does, that's going to be a huge surprise. We're going to take a risk here, and I say Joe because I could see him losing that title, and they're going to get super crazy with that roster. It's going to be flipped upside down once this brand split happens. So, yeah, we'll take Joe. Why not? We'll take that risk.
Samoa Joe is on the Raw brand.
All right. Okay, so do we go with the tag team we talked about earlier? We also have.
Once again, we have to play defense too, because I got the two picks. So is there anybody else?
Another one? I mean, do we want to copy them? And because I just really do not think they're going to touch the champions. Because, look, now honestly, WWE's not going to think about this like a sports perspective, like we are sort of right now. They're going to think about it and not even think about that they're going to think about this in a singular vision because it's who they want and it's who they want on their roster. And they're not going to think about it like from a logical perspective of, well, they're going to think we're stupid if we don't pick these people or this person or this person. But if we are talking about tag teams and if we're going to say that it's okay to take a champion, I think the best tag team left is the Revival to me.
I agree. The rival is amazing, but I mean, Gallows and Anderson kind of work the same style.
That's true. The only thing I would say
That
is,
kind of
the
plays with
Dudley
me.
Boys bring is somebody you can put on there, and they can draw in certain markets.
And I don't know what you guys think, but I mean, I've just had. I mean, I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I always envision the Revival as like that tag team that's going to end up in a major group. Maybe they won't call it the Four Horsemen, but I mean, all the old school guys will know it as the Four Horsemen kind of a group. I mean, because they can talk and they're great and they're amazing in the ring. So you just put two singles wrestlers with them, and it'll work. And so I think that's their place once they come up to the main roster is kind of the Gallows and Anderson's part with AJ Styles and Finn Balor. And we kind of already have that.
Right, yeah, that's true.
With those, so I would skip on that for now. So I could go with the Dudley Boys. I'm fine with that.
Or do we want to make the last NXT pick? I think that there's going to be 2 women coming up. That's
I'm
just
with you.
me. I think that they have enough to, with some of the ones that we haven't even gotten to see yet, like the Ember Moon, who was amazing.
Well, I mean, if you remember that on the Breaking Ground thing, they've said there are so many women that are just training and nobody knows about because their talent roster is so deep right now.
Well, yeah, and they haven't even really gotten to do a whole lot with Billie Kay and Peyton Royce either. So, I don't know. I think this is just me thinking from a logical perspective of, yes, in a way, she's not any better than Dana Brooke, but with bigger people, you can protect them. And I think that somebody's going to see her and they're going to say, there's so much you can do with somebody like a Nia Jax. She already has the history of Bayley. She's perfect for Becky Lynch too. And even Natalya, so I think it's somebody you can work off with, and I think she winds up being the second woman because I think Alexa Bliss is really small. Yes, she's great heel. She's got the fire or whatever, but Nia Jax presents a lot of different options for you.
Yeah, I love Alexa Bliss, but I mean, Gary was talking about big men and just the appeal of that. And Nia Jax brings that to the women division, and yes, she's green, and some of her matches are a little bit sloppy, but with the women that we have on the roster right now, I think they could really cover for her, and I think we can make a few other moves here down the line that could really fit. So I'm totally fine with Nia Jax here.
All right, so NXT is done. We've got all the picks for NXT, so that's kind of really interesting.
Is that 6?
Isn't that 6?
Yeah,
that was
We
6,
actually have 7 because you picked American Alpha.
Well, it's still, I mean,
Yeah.
6 picks.
Still 6 picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tag teams count as 1.
Right.
So, saying that, Paul, I mean, I'm looking and really considering a few things. I wouldn't have a problem adding another tag team like the Vaudevillains. I think they're probably one of the more entertaining tag teams if you're not talking about comedy. Then, of course, I'm looking at guys like Baron Corbin, who, big, strong guys. Not really a big fan of Baron Corbin personally, though. Oh, I don't know. What do you think? Neville's still on this list? We still got Kalisto.
Maybe we take another tag team here. I think just to help bolster that division some. Maybe somebody like the Vaudevillains or like the Dudley Boys, somebody with some steam behind them. But we could also take 2 guys here who maybe would fit in a tag team that you wouldn't expect. Something like that. Maybe something like a Mean Big Show and a Baron Corbin or something like that.
Well, that would round out all our big guys. That would really be dominant. You know what? I'll take that. I'll take Baron Corbin because he's a full-time guy. I'll take Big Show because he's not only a veteran, but he won't be there all the time. So yeah, I'm down with that if you're down with that.
Yeah, it works for me.
Let's do it.
So, and we're starting to get down to that lower level here, Randy.
The nitty-gritty.
Yes, the
Gritty.
nitty gritty. I think the one guy that sticks out that sort of fits in our mold that we've been trying to build here. Well, we got two of them, so we got to pick between one, I think. We already, both these guys are sort of in that same position too, so neither one's really more established really than the other. I mean, I think, Kalisto's won that U.S. title, so that's something. But it's up to you, too, including you in this. Both of these guys can obviously fly.
Yeah, again, I just kind of look at it with what we have built and what kind of feuds we can get, and I lean towards Neville myself.
Yeah, Neville does have the history with Sami Zayn already, and there's so many matchups that he could have here. I think we'll go with Neville.
Ooh, that's a good pick. And not a bad looking beard if he keeps it.
True.
Well, I mean, once again, I think we get kind of brought back to that whole thought process, Paul, of maybe adding another tag team, or maybe adding someone like Titus O'Neil. And though we do have a lot of big guys now, well, we're kind of stacked when it comes to the big guys.
I like Titus O'Neil a lot too. I just feel like we need another tag team. So maybe we fire Dudley Boys here. None of the other teams really jump out at me as great headline grabbing. Although Golden Truth could be fun.
I think they'll be fun, but I think you're right on the Dudleys. I think the Dudleys are a great tag team. We really need a really strong heel tag team that's really going to matter, and I think that's a good pick. Dudleys for us, I think.
Well, I think we know where we need to go so that they don't get grabbed again, or they don't get grabbed, because we're going to start running into there ain't nobody there that sort of has any cushion. I think we sort of have to go with the Vaudevillains here.
Yeah, I'm with you too.
Oh, man. So here we go.
Double pick, Gary.
I know. This is going to be fun because we've got, some leeway here. They took Neville.
Mm-hmm. Do we take our own flippy do?
You could sort of make your own tag team here.
Yeah, well, they're technically, yeah. I could see the two guys about, Kalisto's a guy I kind of think that would really help in that department.
I love Kalisto. I've been a big fan of his since he was out on the indie scene. So I'm okay with taking Kalisto here. There's a guy I want on this list, but I think he'll still be there later, so we can wait on him.
Okay.
But if you want to take a Sin Cara, we can put those Lucha Dragons back together, Gary.
Hey, it never hurts to have enough flippy guys. Yeah, let's do it. Let's Sin Cara. Let's go. Lucha Dragons, baby.
All the flippies.
All the flippies. Oh, I do. All right.
Man, who's left here? I mean,
Well, we have some wonderful picks.
Yeah. I mean, we got some veterans that can always be a great addition to the roster. At least to add depth, and I don't know how much longer they'll both be around, but they're there. You do have the Titus O'Neil. You have the guy that you said you did not want to draft at all.
Yeah, we're not talking about him.
Yeah. So,
woo, woo, woo.
Yeah, he does not want that guy. I mean, like you said, there's not a whole lot left here.
Do you have any faith in Darren Young figuring out how to use a microphone?
Well, Bob Backlund could always talk for him. I mean, you do get Bob Backlund too. He's always a bundle of fun.
I would almost love it more if they just turned him crazy like they had Bob Backlund do. Like, give him the crossface chicken wing and just have him lose his mind.
I almost lean toward like a Mark Henry, because you have so many small guys.
Yeah, we don't have very many bigs. They have definitely stocked up the big guys.
Yeah, they definitely went the Vince route with the big guys.
And I think out of the two big veteran guys that you're talking about, I'd more lean towards him being able to give you a couple, at least another good year of just doing a couple.
The only thing I will say is
feuds
the
here and
Kane is
there.
always interesting in that the corporate Kane has been great.
I
So
know,
you
but
have-
it says Demon Kane on here, and it just
Yeah.
ruined everything.
But I mean, you have to. I think they're not going to have corporate Kane show up on another brand and Demon Kane on the other brand.
Could we? Okay, so this is actually I think you've just talked me into it. Let's go with Demon Kane just for the fact that Shane McMahon's on SmackDown, and maybe we can rekindle that feud a little bit.
Just burn some testicles.
Chestnuts roasting. Oh.
Yep.
Be a good Christmas feud. Okay, y'all Demon Kane, right?
Mhm.
All right. Well, Paul, there's still some interesting picks here. We're not completely drained. We've kind of gone tag team heavy as of late, even though the Golden Truth is still hanging around. Comedy specials, always there. Titus O'Neil, still another guy on this list that I would kind of like. Are you wanting to take your guy that you may not want to lose down the road?
No, because now that I know that he's not going anywhere, we can just wait forever.
Oh, okay. That's
Thanks
the
for
guy.
spoiling it there, Sean.
That's the guy. Okay.
I am with you, though. I think Titus O'Neil's a good get here.
You know what? I was going to look at another route, but you know what? I just he's been passed over several times, and I would have chosen him earlier, I guess, if I really just was. If we didn't have so many big guys, I would have picked him earlier. But you know what? I think right now, I think we're fine taking him. Let's go O'Neil.
Let me think here. Randy, I'm thinking maybe go with.
I kind of just want to take Zack Ryder just to shove it in there.
I mean, he'd never be a bad choice. I mean, you never know. You have him on your show. You can do different things here with him.
Least
He's
favorite.
certainly a solid addition to the mid card.
It's got new music.
They've been booking him rather strongly recently, too, which tells me they want to do something a little bit with him.
Not the way that they had him get smashed on Raw with Sheamus squashing him, and then Rusev comes and gives him the super accolade, or whatever the hell that is. I mean, the choke accolade.
Doesn't booking logic in WWE mean you win after that?
Well, you think. You got that. I mean, I'm looking at maybe one of the comedy tag teams here, because we do need tag teams. You know what? I think they are sort of... I think people are underestimating what you can do with these guys. I think... maybe they're not high on them, but I like the Breezango.
I was hoping you would say that. I love those guys. Especially Tyler Breeze now playing Pokemon Go while he's doing his thing. Those backstage segments. I don't even know if they're airing on Raw or not. I just see them on the YouTube channel of theirs. It's amazing. Yes, Breezango would be great.
All right. Well, Paul, now they got comedy on their show. Should we add comedy to ours?
They took our favorite pretty boy, too, Gary. This is upsetting.
Know. It is a bummer. But
if we're taking... Oh, go ahead, buddy.
No. At the same time, one of my favorite funny guys is still here, even though they took one of my favorites.
If there's some gold in their name, then I'm kind of with you there, but I don't want to miss out on the Bow Train.
Oh, wow. You want to go Bow Train?
Almost.
Oh, Social Outcasts.
They're so fun.
Yeah, they are fun, and I do love the Bow Train. We'll do that. Social Outcast for us.
No. That was going to be my rivalry with Breezango if they could have made it done.
Well, did we take the current rivalry with
Breezango? They got another pick, so.
Do we double up? Do we be that guy, Gary?
Oh, I don't know. Hey, I hate to kill him.
We could use another lady.
You really could. That's what I was kind of considering too, because we really have gone away from that route. on this list, though.
You know, where there's Charlotte, there's a Dana.
Yeah, do we really want to do that to ourselves, though?
She's the future, Gary.
Do it. Yes, I think eventually. Yeah, do it. Dana Brooke.
Okay.
Can I just say right now that you guys ruined my plan? Which is really sad that I had Dana Brooke in any plan.
Why?
But I was gonna have her manage Nia Jax.
Oh,
Well, we could get her other manager.
Oh.
man.
Oh.
Or we could get probably the only like actual good diva left. Well, there's two. Naomi?
Is she the one with the colorful shoes?
Yes.
I'm for that.
I mean, I feel
not
bad
much
because
left.
we would be splitting her and Jimmy Uso up, but
Hey, it's time to test her marriage.
jeez, Gary.
Trial by fire.
Yeah. Vince doesn't care.
That's the
He
only
doesn't.
one that, like, I think this is the only relationship that can actually be split.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the only one because everybody else is like tied to each other. Like Lana and Maurice are tied to their man, and Nikki Bella is not. I'm sure she'll wind up on the same roster as John Cena. That's why she's not draftable right now.
Is Paige still dating Alberto Del Rio? Is that still a
Yeah,
thing?
Paige is with
Yeah.
Alberto Del Rio because they're both on the same show right
Yeah, you're
now.
both on Raw.
Yeah, so
So we
I
just
almost feel
pick-
bad. I almost feel like, but hey, all right, let's just go with it.
Okay.
All right. Oh man, Paul, we still got a few. Like I said, a few tag teams still hanging around. We still got. Let's see here. We got the guy that you don't have to draft right now, still hanging around.
Yeah.
Yeah, Randy, maybe we need to question your pick there of not taking him.
I agree.
There's a part of me that wants to believe again, Gary.
Uh-oh. Oh no! Are you saying what I think you're saying?
I mean, there's Darren Young. Of course, the big guy is still left for Bray to take here, too, and Eric Rowan. So we could do that and keep the Wyatt family together, too.
Yeah, I think that's important for me personally to keep the Wyatt family together. I think Eric Rowan, even though we have a ton of big guys, I still feel like he needs to be a part of this. So yeah.
If we're going to be semi-serious about this, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, we let that happen. Well, once you take Bray, I mean, why do you want the other guys?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, somebody that nobody has talked about because he's so under the radar, but he's so good. And he has a built-in character already, and people still do his shit. You know what? I think we need to go some Jack Swagger.
Yeah, I can't really argue that. I'm just looking at a roster trying to figure out who he's gonna.
He
Do
can wrestle
anything
anybody.
fast.
That dude is athletic. That dude is maybe we need to develop the character a little bit more. But,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if we
know.
had full control, I mean, we would have to change it up because he just seems to be that guy that goes after any anti-American guy.
I mean,
and
we
I'll-
do have Rusev.
Yeah, but
We
that's
always
happening.
rekindle that lightning feud. So I mean, still to this day, when Rusev and Jack Swagger go at it, the people are paying attention. So
I mean, really, all we have to do is have Jack Swagger go heel and have him go anti Nakamura, and just let him get his ass kicked for a while. So I'm with that.
he already gets his ass kicked enough. But yeah, let's just go with Jack Swagger.
Yeah.
It's a good pick, Gary.
It is. I'm a little confused though. Did someone already make America great again?
No, nobody's made America great again, but there's a good tag team waiting there with Jack Swagger.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're on point there. Are we on the same point here with the Golden Truth?
I think we go Golden Truth here. I think
Okay.
that's right.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't even think about that, but he's not wrong.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. They got one more pick.
Oh, damn it.
See if they screw us up now. They give us a
Well, they're
wonderful
probably
idea,
going
then
to
they
go with
take
him
it.
anyway, because, you know.
I don't know. There's a gentleman left on this list who enjoys breaking necks and splitting wigs, and I love that theme song to Nobody's End. So I'm okay with a Mark Henry pick too. I'm also okay with one of the divas. As much as it pains me to look at this list and think that I want one of these people.
Ooh.
She killed her own catchphrase, Gary.
Oh no. I was like, I don't want to do it.
You don't
You're
have to.
You're gonna have to pick. I'm not picking that. You're gonna have to say those words.
I'm not. I mean, we can live a hashtag here too, Gary. We can live our favorite hashtag and draft another tag team.
Oh boy. Let's see here. The Shining Stars.
We could live W2M Puerto Rico on Raw, Gary. Think about that. That's the dream. That'll sell
With
tickets.
a green screen.
I think so too. Let's do it. And Bambino agrees with us. So Shining Stars. Is
Well, Sean, that leaves us one tag team left, or we can use their idea and create one.
Is Sean just thinking, or
I don't know. I was.
I'm
I
waiting
got
with
wondered
bated
if I
breath
got
over
drawn.
here?
I know. Oh man, I think he went to go make sure Bambino had a treat. What are you thinking, Randy? Are you thinking? You thinking
Okay, so
about?
while he's gone, what kind of trades do you guys want to do?
Hey, we're not doing trades on this show. What the hell's wrong with
I'll give you the entire roster for Nakamura.
No.
I don't know how I'll fit all this talent on 2 hours, but okay. No.
Yeah.
I apologize for that. We're not doing it at the normal, like, crack of dawn hour. So
Yeah.
there's people still awake in
Yeah.
our homes. And
So,
my home is rather small. So
Yeah.
people like
Oh, you're
to
fine.
be assholes sometimes. Anyway,
Fine.
But while you're away, I asked the question: do you want the last tag team available, or do we want to use their idea and create the one that they were talking about?
man, that hashtag is, they're at least enjoyable. But I don't know. I think you can certainly do a lot with Darren Young. You can market him for different things, which WWE still has not capitalized on, I think. So I think Darren Young.
Okay.
So splitting wigs is still there, huh?
I do love me some wig splitting, Gary.
I think you got to do it. I know we have so many big guys on this roster, but I mean, I don't think it would hurt to have him. Mark Henry.
I'm with you. Mark Henry's solid hand.
I just have to say, if they do the old, Royal Rumble spot where Raw and SmackDown end up on two different sides, and our draft is perfect, the size difference between Raw and SmackDown when they face off is going to be the most comical thing you've ever seen.
Welcome to the land of the giants, kids.
On one side, you have Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Mark Henry, and The Big Show, and over on our side, it's Nakamura and Sami Zayn and Tyler Breeze and Neville.
The only thing that I miss is that I didn't get to do my story idea. Is that if one of us would have drafted one of the other Wyatts, would Bray be able to summon that Wyatt no matter what show he's on? Because he has magical powers.
Huh.
That'd be fun. I mean, clearly he has a whole army at his compound out there.
Yeah, the Fireflies will make up for it. And,
I just want to see that happen. Like, I could so see that. I mean, it would totally ruin the lines of the brand extension, even though they could really just say, look, he has magical powers. He can just summon them whenever he wants. But,
Well, maybe he can make a trade on his own without the GM's permission.
Maybe. And then
All right, so we get 2 picks left. There's one tag team left and 3 females. I think we have to go female.
Yeah, I think we do too. I think, man, I don't know. I think with the roster, with the female roster that we have, I think we got to go with Alicia Fox. If it would have been more like the not so much wrestling girls roster, I would have said Eva Marie, but I think we're going to go with Alicia Fox here.
Yeah, I can't argue.
All right, Paul. That leaves us in a situation where we may need to look at that female roster as well.
Well, the choice is Eva Marie or Summer Rae, and this is like choosing between 2 different handguns, and you have to shoot yourself at the end of the day.
Wow. Jesus.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Pick your poison.
I'd say you
know,
took the one with Buzz at least.
Yeah, I'd say that too. You got to pick the red one. Matches Raw.
She dyed her hair black. She can't even use her catchphrase anymore.
Did she dye her hair?
Yeah, she has a picture up on Twitter of her hair all black.
Oh, thank God I don't.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think she's trying to steal Paige's gimmick, I guess. Huh? Okay. Yeah. No matter what, you gotta take her.
Yeah, Eva Marie in here. Do you want the Ascension?
You gotta have someone people can squash. I don't have a problem with it if you're down.
I mean, that's what the Shining Stars, I think, are for at this point.
Yeah, they are. I mean, that maybe they need more people to squash, and maybe we pick Summer Rae.
I mean, there is still Zack Ryder left, and
oh yeah, Zack Ryder. I forgot Zack Ryder's still hanging around.
Unless Team Blue has a 180 over there.
Let's just go Zack. Let's just take him.
Let's take Zack. Get over here, you crazy Long Islander.
Trust me, if you would have let Zack Ryder go all the way, I would just, out of spite, would not let you take him.
Yeah.
What, you're gonna do what people have always done? You're just gonna squash him?
Sure.
God. So who is left, honestly?
We have the Ascension and we have Summer Rae.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay,
I think we kind of have to go to the Ascension.
So we have 1, 2...
We have one
4.
face tag team.
We have 1, 2...
Legitimately, they could carry your entire show.
Yeah, seriously.
True.
They could.
And honestly, Swagger and Young, if you team them up, could be a face tag team.
Yeah, and Gallus and Anderson can switch eventually if the club ever... because if the club ever gets actual, where they're the cool heels, then you can put them up against anybody. 1, 2, 3, 4...
We have 5 females, so that's half of what was out there, plus, well, I guess the NXT.
I think we only have... What do we have?
1, 2, 4 legit tag teams, and then if we teamed up Swagger and Young, would be a 5th. So either way, it kind of it's.
Well,
it's
they
pretty,
went tag team, so let's just let's even up the women and get Summer Rae, and I guess they can take the Ascension.
All right.
Oh man, so we got the Ascension there, Paul. So that concludes everything, right? That's our Mr. We don't have Mr. Irrelevant. We have Mr.'s Irrelevance, I guess you'd say.
Couldn't think of a better title for him, honestly.
Yeah, you're right there of me.
Okay, so we got to do a quick. I don't know how we can do this quickly.
Mm-hmm.
We could do a quick recap for everybody that might have. I don't know. Just in case.
All right, Randy.
I'm not listing this out on the description, I don't think.
Yeah, we're not doing that. So, Randy, do you want to do us the honors and kind of run down?
Well, because if I list it on the description, then there's no point of listening. So.
Yeah. Okay, so here's your quick rundown. Gary sucked and took Kevin Owens third and messed up my entire idea. That was the rundown. Thank you very much. No, actually, if it ended out the way we had it here, I think it works out pretty well. I think we had Raw end up with more of the tag teams, which works out because you have an extra hour there. So, I mean, not only do you have more tag teams that can have tag team matches, but you can split them up and have singles competitions to kind of fill in that extra hour. So that's fine. I think both rosters have a good mix of veteran and young talent. I think, did we split NXT 3-3? Because we got Nakamura, Finn Balor, and Bailey. Oh, we have Nia Jax too. So we got 4 of the 6.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
NXT. So yeah, I think both rosters actually fit out pretty well. We kind of split up some guys that have been feuding for a while and get some new fresh talent in there. So I'm happy with how it turned out. How do you guys feel?
I think it worked out pretty close to what could happen. I really do. You know, you mentioned the fact that the 4 NXT stars ended up on SmackDown. I think that's going to be kind of true. I think that they would take that risk and get a lot of young talent to get people excited. It's new. It's something fresh compared to what we've seen. You know, Raw, we've got a lot of veterans. We've got a lot of the faces we've seen, but Raw is the dominant brand no matter what. It's going to get the viewership. SmackDown's the one that they have to hot shot at times and just be completely out of the box at times to get those viewers. So I like it. I think, Paul, I think we, made some good choices here. I think all of us did. But Paul, do you want to run down just really quickly, just kind of give us, do you want to do that, Sean? I mean, I don't know if we want to list everybody.
Do you want to? Yeah, just to do it one more time, just in case.
Go ahead.
Okay. So am I just doing Raw? Or am I doing the whole draft?
Let's just run down the whole draft. That way everybody kind of gets an idea of what happened.
All right. So the number 1 pick for the entire thing is Seth Rollins for Raw, which probably could very well happen. At 2, you have the WWE champion, Dean Ambrose. 3 is Kevin Owens. 4, John Cena. 5, Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. They're both on Raw. John Cena is on SmackDown. 7 for SmackDown is AJ Styles. At number 8 for Raw, we took Charlotte. 9 is SmackDown's pick. That was Bayley. 10 and 11 were both Raw. That was New Day and Cesaro. 12 is SmackDown. And SmackDown took Rusev there. 13 is for Raw. We took The Miz right afterwards. 14 is Gallows and Anderson, so that completes the Bullet Club set over there on SmackDown. 15 and 16 is both Sasha Banks and American Alpha for Raw. 17 is Finn Balor to really complete the Bullet Club for SmackDown over there. 18 is Bray Wyatt. 19 for SmackDown is Enzo and Cass. 20 for Raw is Paige. 21 for Raw is also Chris Jericho. 22 is for SmackDown. That's Sami Zayn. The 23rd pick for Raw, Alberto Del Rio, which then switched over to SmackDown at 24, they took Becky Lynch. Picks 25 and 26 for Raw is Sheamus and the Usos. 27 is Shinsuke Nakamura for SmackDown, which is an amazing pick. 28 there at Raw is Apollo Crews. 29 for SmackDown's Randy Orton. 30 and 31 were both Raw. That's Braun Strowman and Dolph Ziggler. 32 went to SmackDown. That was Natty, Natalia. 33 Raw is probably the largest reach I think anybody took here, and that's Samoa Joe. 34 there went to SmackDown's Nia Jax. That might be another reach. I don't know. 35 and 36 are both Raw. They went to Baron Corbin and Big Show. 37 was SmackDown. They took Neville. 38 is Raw. That was Dudley Boys. 39 was SmackDown. They took the Vaudevillains. 40 is Raw. We took Kalisto, and 41 was also Raw. We took Sin Cara. 42 is SmackDown's Demon Kane. 43 went to Raw. That's Titus O'Neil there. 44 was SmackDown's pick. They took Breezango. 45 and 46 were both Raw picks. So Social Outcasts and Dana Brooke. 47 was SmackDown. That's Naomi. 48 went to Raw. That was Eric Rowan. 49 SmackDown. Jack Swagger. 50 and 51 were both Raw. We took Golden Truth and the Shining Stars. 52 went to SmackDown. Darren Young with Bob Backlund. 53 was Raw. That's Mark Henry. 54 SmackDown. Alicia Fox. 55, 56 were Raw. It's Eva Marie and Zack Ryder. 57 SmackDown. Summer Rae. 58 Raw. The Ascension. Misters Irrelevance.
There you go. Perfect. And of course, we listed all that. I know it's a lot, but we listed it all because we are not going to put this out there right away. We may post this list the night of the live draft. That way people could compare ours to the actual live draft. I think it'd be a good idea to, we're going to postpone that. Now, we have, to wait to see what happens, guys. I'm excited. We'll get more information on Monday Night Raw, kind of see what they kind of talk about. I'm sure they're going to explain these rules again for everybody. I think we may even get some, maybe some direction, maybe possibly on Monday Night Raw, what's going to happen on Smackdown on Tuesday night. So, once again, everybody, don't forget this Tuesday night, live on July 19th, we are going to have live Smackdown draft. I'm looking forward to it. I know all of us are. We're really excited about seeing how this is all going to shake out. Once again, I got to thank Randy Isbelle. Man, he is our tag team partner on the Football to the Max podcast, and this is his first appearance on Wrestling to the Max. And man, it's been an honor having you here.
Actually, he was on the second episode.
Were you really?
Yeah, I think he was.
Really? I did not know that. It's been so long. That's 3 years ago.
Almost
I don't
4
remember.
years ago. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Not first appearance, but hey, it's been a long time.
Yeah, how could you not remember that?
Dude, I can barely remember what happened last year. I mean, Nixon's
I look at that stuff every now and again. That's not
I don't.
That's my job to look at this stuff all the time. Yeah, so.
Sean's very good at that, and he, of course, updates everything. So thank you for correcting me on that. I was completely wrong. But, man, Randy, I mean, you are our draft guy on Football to the Max. I mean, we all do this all the time. So we couldn't have had a better person come and do a draft for this, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I had a blast doing it. And I still say I'm not buying another wrestling video game till they bring back the GM mode where you get to draft rosters and stuff. I love doing this, so it was a lot of fun.
Too bad it's probably not going to come in 2K17 unless they do a change, so it'll be like next year.
Yeah. Maybe they can add it as a DLC.
They could do that. I mean, it'd be nice to see them add something like that as DLC. I mean, I love all the getting roster members and stuff, but it would be kind of cool to see them add modes for once.
Exactly. Well, guys, that concludes our draft special. This has been a lot of fun. Just to let everybody know, you can, of course, I mentioned it earlier, find us at plenty of places. Of course, iTunes, Stitcher. Of course, I think we're even on Podbeam. You can find us everywhere.
SoundCloud, YouTube.
Yeah, everywhere. And of course, also we want to mention the W2M network. It is a big part of us. We are thrilled about having so many partners in crime on the W2M network. So if you want, hey, just go on Podcast Addict or whatever you use to do your podcasting and go ahead and subscribe to the W2M network. It is a great place to find lots of awesome podcasts, video games, sports, wrestling. It's all there for you. We're excited about it. Sean, is there anything you want to say before we get out of here? Anything we need to know?
Well, the G1 starts in a few hours, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to try to stay up live and watch it, have my first written review, and then shortly after have the first solo podcast kind of running down what happened. And then hopefully I'll get a few days off, and then hopefully we'll get to, it'll come right quick in a hurry. I will say that on the Monday show, we got Super J Cup predictions. Paul gets to list out his G1 predictions because he wasn't around for the other ones. And, we get to talk about that Raw for the draft and all that stuff. And then we'll have a special on that Tuesday with us basically doing a draft review. So if you're around on that Tuesday night, just you did the mock draft, you can do the draft review with us.
I will come on if we get all our picks right.
Yeah.
We're going to hold you to that, Randy.
All right.
I'm excited about that. This is going to be a great episode. So we've got a full schedule ahead of us. I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, we got the Thursday show where we got to preview Battleground and everything else. I think there's and then to review the Super J Cup first round and everything. So there is tons of stuff happening.
Man, you're telling
Tons
me.
of stuff.
This is
All-
the month where we die.
Yeah.
Yes. Not to mention there's an ROH pay-per-view coming up soon, too, and everything else. There's so many things going on.
Yeah, lots of stuff, but we're going to get to it and cover it all. So I'm excited about that. So, of course, guys, we're thankful that you joined us, and we appreciate everybody who's checked us out. Hey, share the news, tell a friend, and of course, hey, this will be on Facebook. If you go to W2M Facebook group, you can find us at Wrestling to the Max. That is a place where you can, of course, get a whole listing of these podcasts plus the W2M Network Facebook page. You can share this podcast to your friends, and they can hear us talk about the mock draft. They can get the rules. It's just easy. So go ahead and do that for us. Do us a favor. Go rate and review as well. Besides that, guys, we're done. We're out of here. So we just want you guys to always know, and for me, for Sean, Paul, and Randy, we guys always want you to know, if you're not living life to the max,
Not living life at all.
You know it.
Peace.
Thank you.